process. Finish 500. Freeware. Rotate.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Man, almost was a perfect intro there. I forgot to get the ground handling service guys moving here before we started the stream. But what is going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, correct? Yes, it is Wednesday. Good. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Welcome on board. This is going to be one of those streams that I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. It's been very highly requested. Jeremy, Harvey, Dimitri, multiple of guys have been requesting me to get in the Zibo Mod and actually see what it's all about. It's been a very long time since I last flew this airplane, and as you guys know, anything Zibo, it's the updates, they push them out very rapidly, so this plane is it's pretty incredible. So we're going to talk about it. I got a lot of good things I want to say about this airplane as we make our way down to Orlando, Florida. Where are my air keys at? There they are. So, Dougal, good to see you here. Benny, what's up? Team Vodka, Anthony Anderson, MGS, what is going on? Christian, good to see you guys here. Team Vodka, Miss Jungles, always a pleasure. Swarm 3513, Team Vodka. Or I said Team Vodka. Jeez, I had too much vodka already. Scott Rashley, good to see you here as well, man. This is a pretty sweet livery. Jeremy Harvey, I saw you comment there, so it's a favorite livery. This is definitely one of my favorite all-time liveries on the 737. I just think, not only because I'm an American, but just because I think it looks so cool. I don't know of any other livery or any other country that has their flag draped across it like this, the way that they designed it. So super cool. I know a lot of you guys were over there at Flight Deck to Sim stream. I actually didn't know he was streaming today, but I was over there too. I wound his stream back trying to see if I could learn something here for this flight. I did learn that he turns all his hydraulics on before we push back, so we're going to do that. I've been doing it wrong. But let's get this show on the road, guys, here. This is... I know, I'm at a United gate, Christian. As soon as I loaded in, it's like, oh, man, I'm on the wrong gates. But it's all right. We'll be fine. We'll borrow the gate here. It's IROPS. There's thunderstorms all over the place. Vertical Sim New Orleans is probably... I don't know. His airports are amazing. And this one is no different. I mean, look, you can see the chairs inside the terminal building there. Just love this airport. Love all vertical sim stuff. Was toying with the idea of maybe even diverting to Tampa instead of going into Orlando, but we'll check out that Nimbus Orlando anyway. It's been a while since I've flown in there as well. So, Flight Simmer, yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I actually brought myself a little extra, let's just say duty-free beverage here for when we get up to cruise. But I want to have maximum attention here while I try to get this airplane set up. I am semi-familiar with Boeing stuff. I mean, I do like flying that IXEG around, but the NG is a different player in of itself. So let's get to it, right? Enough talk. Let's jump into the cockpit. A beautiful airplane here. I'm going to come up to the overhead. I'm going to go ahead and get the batteries on. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the ground power. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go back to the home page. I'm going to go start flight leg. Perfect. All right, I'm going to come right back up. I'm going to go all the way up to the top again here. I'm going to get my aiders into nav mode, and we're going to go heading status up top here. I always like to do that. We got 6 minutes left there. I love testing the leading edge flap devices. Mock airspeed test. Dimitri has been telling me this plane is study level. Oh, I can't test my stall warning horn yet. And I'm inclined to agree. The amount of detail that is on this airplane, it's kind of blowing my mind. Oh, I have a double stream running here. Let me close that out. That'll actually help my performance a little bit. The wife picking me up today. Tom, you got it, my friend. You got it. All right. I'm just going to kind of treat it like an Airbus. I'm going to kind of go down the left side as it's coming up. That looks good. We don't need any fuel pumps on right now. Everything else is off here. We'll leave the APU off. Although those trucks are awful loud outside. We are on ground power, correct? Yes, we are. Rand Cool coming in with a $20 bomb right off the bat. Thank you so much, Randy. Just thought of you this morning as a brother Jack Daniels donation. So this one for Jack Daniels rye. Try it. I like it. And use it for old fashions. Glad you picked Zibo because I downloaded 2 days ago. Thanks, V1. Have a great flight. Rand Cool. Awesome, man. Super thankful for your support here on the channel. And yes, I'm going to be picking up some JD rye. You know what's ironic? There's a donut store, like donuts and coffee, right across from the office, and then the opposite direction, same distance, is a liquor store. So, could be dangerous. Thanks again, Rand. Appreciate it, man. This airplane is kind of blowing me away. Oh, it's on the emergency exit lights there. I'm going to come back over here and leave that steady. And Chicks Dig logo lights, so turn on those logo lights. While I'm here at the panel, I'm going to set our cruise altitude. What are we at today? I think it's going to be 370. Thank you, Jean. Saved my life there in... was it Jean who saved me in Discord yesterday when I was doing my test flight? I almost went hypoxia on myself. Don't need anything else on right here. Cool. Wojtek, what's up? Hello, V1. Glad to see you trying Zibo. Hey, I'll tell you what, Wojtek. I tried it. Just look at this. I'm just going to sit here for a minute. I want to get this off my chest. So, I haven't flown Zibo in probably over a year. You guys have been wanting it. I downloaded it yesterday or 2 days ago, tested it out, and I was blown away. And I was even saying in the Discord, if you're part of the Discord, you probably saw me posting pictures of the screenshots. I'm blown away. Like, I am straight up blown away at this airplane. The fact that this airplane is a freeware airplane, guys, it is like, I don't even know how to comprehend it. And then I go around the cabin, and I'm doing these cabin views. Look at this engine out there. Look at these wing textures. I mean, it's just, I mean, it never ceases to, like, look, let's come out here, Just because I know we got to get the airplane set up, but look at this engine. I mean, that looks amazing. The spinner on that engine looks almost Carta level right there, you know? I mean, Carta would actually have 3D nuts and bolts just because he's on a whole different level, but I mean, this is amazing, no doubt about it. So, all right, let me go ahead and continue setting up here. I want to get some more lights up under here. Let's turn up these background lights before I get too distracted. We got that set up. I did my overhead stuff there. Where's the overhead lights? Are they... Here, turn up the floodlight just so I could see. Brighten up that panel. And there's the panel lights. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, let's come down here to the FMC and start setting this puppy up here. We're going to go pause init. We're going to go MSY. And I'm going to go here. And if you guys see something that I'm going kind of fast here, but if I do something that's glaring error, let me know, and I'll try to get your comment in chat. But I'm gonna do my best here. MCO will be the destination. It was Gene. Christian, yeah. I literally went hypoxia mode. I had 2,500 feet set as cruise altitude instead of 25,000. I was trying to figure out why I was pressurizing. Well, it was pressurizing initially, but then, yeah, cabin altitude high, and yeah. Anyway, actually, let me go back to that. Let me get the route programmed here. So let's pull up our route. We have two. I posted in the Discord about which way we're going to go. There's a lot of weather between New Orleans and Orlando on the Gulf route. So I'm actually going to take the northern route. We're going to cut across the panhandle of Florida. Hopefully avoid some of that weather. I know a lot of you guys like to see that weather, and we're going to fly into it. But there's also no ortho over the water, right? It's just water. So I figured this would be a little bit better to look at. We're going to take the northern swing here across the panhandle. There is no departure procedure out of New Orleans, believe it or not. But I knew... What runway do I want to take? I do want to take... Hold on. Let me go here. Avitab Airport. I think the winds were calm, weren't they? So we'll take 1-1 for departure. Wait, 030 at 7. Yeah, we'll just use a little bit of a tailwind, 7 knots. Should we take runway 2 for departure? Let's take runway 1. That way we just go out towards Crestview. We'll load up 1-1 for departure. Alright, so departure arrivals. And here we go, departure. Use the ACARS. There's a way. Hold on. Wait. There's an ACARS system? Data link? I didn't even know that this was part of it. Uh-oh. That's alright. We'll just do it old school way. I didn't even know that you could use ACARS. Are you kidding me? That's pretty cool. It's a short route. 2-9. And we're going out to CEW. Oops, hold on. Where's my route page? There we go. CEW, execute. And our chart is going to be right here. J2 to defund. Turn defund. And then from there, Cablo. And from Cablo to, is that Northbrook? That is a VOR. 515 full Toga. Oh yeah, of course. Piglet 6. And I don't know what they're landing. I'm going to just assume it's a southbound runway right now. Let's plan on 18 right. We might have to change that. There it is, Piglet 6, OTK. Execute that. I also have UI pages. Jeez. Okay, so there's our route. That's let's see, Northbrook, then at Piglet, that's the arrival, and then the approach to runway 18 right. Alright, so that is in there. Now we need to get the rest of our stuff set up here. Fuel, what do we need for fuel? We need 13.3. And we're planned 13.7. Let's come back over here, call the fueler while I'm remember. Ground services. Fuel weight and balance. Fuel truck. Payload. Chris, I prefer the UAL 18. One 7 left, 1 8 right. Awesome, Christian. I think might have been 1 7 left. Might have been better to do, but it's all right. We might just turn it all off and fly manually. All right, fuel 13.7. That's cool. That's what we need. 0 fuel weight of 130.7. That doesn't add up, but I mean, there's a way to manually load it, isn't there? Oh my gosh, check this out. Yeah, we can just set our own. Let's take 187 people. Oh, this is the layout? I didn't even see this page. Look at this. The level of detail, like this is blown. I mean, it's almost excessive how much detail there is. It seriously is. It's seriously almost excessive. 0 fuel weight, we put 95.0, 108.7. What's our fuel on board? It's 6.8, 12. Yeah, that's about 13. That works. Reserves, we're going to take 5,000. Cost index of 15. Cruise altitude is 3, what did I say? 370. Using reserve fuel, we might need more gas than that. Can I do, let's just do an even 15. How about that? He's got to show up, right? That's one thing I should have done. He hasn't showed up yet. This is the, you know what? Let me go ahead and get rid of these guys because they're actually kind of annoying. Let's get these guys to drive away. Raw data ILS, absolutely, Daniel Smith. So when I flew this as a test flight, I just shut everything off and flew it manually, and I was pretty blown away. Okay, this is all that stuff we got to put in there. Time air tolerance, goodness. Derated thrust, no thank you. I want 26K inclined thrust, no duration. Do you guys want to do flat 15 off runway? Let's do that, screw it. Let's depart. Can we change it? Let's depart runway 2. That's a 7,000 footer, right? We'll go off 2. That way we can do the flat 15 Toga. I like that better. Flat 15 Toga. 111, 112, 127. Goodness. Type in request fuel on tablet. Nope, I didn't mean to do start service on ground cruise. Oops. Let's take it even 15,000. What? Oh, I probably can't take that much. There we go, 15,000. Fuel required, payload. Ah, that's right, I did. That's right, that's right. Can I just do full? Kind of want to fill it up. Let's do 25, 41, 30. It's gonna be a pretty full airplane. 35. I'm literally just making random numbers up. 41. All males. Cool. That's, well, that would suck, but I'm not gonna go back and divvy up males and females. Forward cargo, how about 2,500? Runway 2. Maximum, max, flap 15. Anti-ice off, dry. We'll use no winds. OAT is it 15? Should be warmer than that. Where's the OAT? 32C.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Oh, I gotta go back and call fuel truck. Ah, so now he does it. Okay, wow. That's insane. I think we're gonna be heavily loaded here. What's our takeoff weight? My speeds are not going to be accurate now, so that's alright. Got to update that for sure. We'll change our speeds. We'll have 15,000. So now gross weight is 145.3. Oh, it's going to update, right? Because he's got to fill us up. Yeah, it's updating. Oh, the takeoff performance calculator is in op. Don't borrow. Okay, thanks, Lauren. Wow, we found something that doesn't work. Okay. Then I'll go back. That's not a big deal. Let me just make sure our payload is set here. So 130.5, that's fine. 3,500 pounds. CG takeoff weight, 0 fuel weight CG, 13.9. 16.4. So if I come over here, all right, this is good. 15,000, 370, 5,000 reserve, transition of 18 thou. No duration, no selected assumed temperature required. So takeoff speeds, the CG, the takeoff CG is 16.4. Trim 5.2. Here's our new speeds. Oh, I gotta put them in manually. 132, 134, and 143. Now we're cooking with gas, I think, right? Takeoff reference. What is this? Acceleration height, 1,000 feet. That looks good. Inch and out, 1,000 feet. Climb reduction, 1,500. Captain Icelander, what's going on, man? Miss Jungles, yes, every day is a school day. I'm definitely school day. Click on payload total and enter 18. It's a typical load.
One 122.8, how do you read?
Loud and clear. Uh-oh, we're going to have to change that. CG envelope. So, surely there's a way to just do a random load, right? Instead of having to put males and females and all this nonsense. That's all right, 35.4. We should be fine. Or is this us over here? What's OEW? This is so foreign to me. This is the most complex thing I've ever... This is so over complex. Just give me a green arc and 30.0 CG. We're good to go. Takeoff weight 16.4 Mach. We're under max landing. Max 0 fuel. Max takeoff envelope. I mean, we're all within the lines. I think we're going to be good to go. Oh, takeoff ref page 2 is for VNAV departures. We don't need to do anything about that. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and, well, yeah, we're not going to worry about the VNAV departures. This departure out of New Orleans in real life is just a heading departure. So, let's go ahead and kind of finish up the rest of this here. Let's get our fuel pumps on. Let's get the APU started. Let's get the air going, because it's probably very hot in the cabin right now, approaching 37°C or something. Let's start to... Whoa. Let me get rid of these guys here. Oh, so annoying hearing that truck in the background. Oh, empty weight. Okay. Operating empty weight. There we go. I was thinking like one engine out or operating engine. I don't know. I guess. Astro Chew, operating empty weight. Usually put total payload in from sim brief and call it a day. I gotcha, Toothonzo Love. I gotcha. Okay, so it is. I was kind of nervous, Lauren, when I saw all those CG numbers so low. But if the CG is rather far forward, like 17 to 20, then if that's common, then I feel a little bit better about life. Let's come back up here and APU gen on. We need APU bleed on. Let's get the packs going here. Let's actually put them on high to cool down this cabin here a little bit. Let's get those on high. Let's go ahead and get our hydraulics on. Let's get our window heats on. Probe heats on. Dual bleed. Why do we have dual bleed on? Oh, is it because of these switches? There you go. See, I know some stuff. Let's get these on. Let's get these on. Goddamn, come on. That takes care of that. We do have our fuel on board. We do have everything else on board. Oh, on the previous page, Greg, you can type in total payload. Ah, no worries. We're taking, I don't know however many males we got on board. Sorry, Lauren. No discrimination intended. I accidentally loaded up all males. I thought it was like adults and then children and infants or something, but apparently it's males, females, and kids. But unfortunately, we have an airplane full of males. Yeah, males, females, kids. Oops. Enter value. Interesting. All right, I'm not going to worry about it. Let's do a PA announcement. Start ready to get out of here.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, for the flight deck. Welcome aboard. They're going to be underway shortly for the first leg.
32555.
Flight attendants, give them your attention as we push and taxi. They're going to give you plenty of attention en route. Enjoy the flight. We'll talk to you about the airport.
Cool deal. All right, that looks good there. RTO. And top altitude, we don't have any ATC online, so let's go ahead and set this all the way up to 370. Oh yeah, trim air should be on. Let me get that one at a time here. 37,000 feet is set. Speed, I'm going to set... What do you set? Set V2 plus 10. 153. Works for me. Boom, boom, come back up here. You guys were saying trim air valves should be on. Trim air should be on. That is on now. And probes don't need to be heated right now. That would make sense. I think everything else looks normal. We got the forward entry door open, so we need to close that. Where would be the doors? That's only open because I opened it manually. Oh, I'm gonna go back and shut it. Oh no, I'm locked in. Beautiful cabin. Excuse me. Can you close the door from the inside? Excuse me, you need to close the door. Close. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jeremy, Southwest is V2 plus 20. All right, I'll do it. All right, there's got to be a way to close this door here. What the heck? Weight balance and fuel, ground services. Blah, blah, blah. Doors, done. Forward entry, close. V2 plus 20, we'll do 163. Flight director's on, and better pushback. Where you at?
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
That looks good to me.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Oh, boy. All right. Oh, we forgot to set the meter outside, which is 29908. 29908 is set once, and I believe I got to set this one, too. 29908 is set. 370. We'll do LNAV, VNAV on the ground. And beacon light closes the doors too? Are you serious? Wow. Let's go anti-collision on. Position and strobe steady. That looks good. James Monks, welcome aboard, man. Made it home just in time for your stream. Wife is away, and the bourbon is flowing. James, I got myself a little beauty.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed, and we're ready to connect.
Gosh, this guy's voice is so loud. I'm getting ready to pop it. I was gonna wait till cruise, but I think I need it right now. Y'all got me stressed out about loading this airplane. I hope we don't go, you know, MCAS mode off into the dirt here. We got like 100 and something males on board. The CG is probably all out of whack. This could be interesting. Hope Toga isn't drinking today. Yeah, I hope so too, man. Andy, yeah, you could sync Barrow and EFB. I did see that option, and I have it set to sync the FO side, I believe. Yeah, 299 right.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I don't mind
Toes
setting
connected,
this one.
bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
All right, brakes released, clear to push, Godspeed. I hope we'll see everybody in Orlando.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
This view is so sick. I just love these views here inside the cabin. I mean, I really feel like I'm sitting in that cabin. I'm trying to get my camera view set just right, and I can't cheat like you can in almost all the other airplanes. They really have you confined to the cabin, which is good and bad. I'm sure there's a way around it, but when the cabin looks this nice. Gio, what's up, man? He says, good to see you, Gio. He says, seems like Castrator loves pushing V1 aircraft. Yeah, I know, man. At least we're going the right direction this way. Only V2 without any additive on the MCP. I mean, theoretically, we shouldn't even hit it anyway, right? We should just be going right into V.5 climb out at 1,000 feet acceleration altitude, so I'm not too worried about it. Are we required to wear virtual masks? Hey, no mask required on this flight. Oh, yeah, it's got to set the trim. Tom Pasco. He's saving us here, man. 5.2. Okay, you know what? I can't. I'm too stretched out. I'm going to go 5.2 on the trim, and then I'm going to get myself a little beverage here. That looks close enough. 5.2 is set. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. All right. We're back. I thought I was going to wait till cruise, but cheers, y'all. I'm going to need it for this flight. I'm already starting to sweat. I might have to turn the fan on here.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
All right. Brake set. Clear disconnect.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Roger that. All right, here we go. We're going to do this. So we don't do that dual bleed thing here. I got to go. Well, the engines aren't on, right? So that shouldn't matter. I'm going to go auto. And packs off. Actually, packs off. There we go. Boom. Packs off. Isolation valve open. And let's go ahead and ground engine 2. Blue Mac. It's been a while, man. Welcome aboard. Listen to these sounds, guys.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Roger, thanks for the smooth push. We'll see you next time. Lauren, I like that. I'm going to use that comment here in just a minute when I get both engines started. Trim set, yaw damper on, packs on, pressure set. That's all I need to worry about. Sounds like we got a good start on engine 1. Start valve is still open. Low oil pressure is out. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and ground engine 1. We'll watch this one from the inside here. There's our N2 on the rise. Christian, no worries, man. I love these sounds. This is unbelievable. Looks close enough to me. Fuel. There's our light off. Yeah, Dougal, I totally agree. Blue Mac in the house, couple of old Eddie. Man, it's good to see you guys. Alright, sounds like we got 2 good starts there. The well is out, waiting for the starter valve to close. And boom. Tom Pasco coming in with a $10 bomb. Thank you, Tom. He says, loving this already. You're going to taxi at Mock Jesus and jump takeoff queue since you're Southwest? Absolutely, Tom. I'm not even going to make a radio call. I'm just going to go straight to runway 2. I'm going to take off, and then we're going to ghost ride it into the gate when we get to Orlando. All right, let's go into generators online here, 1 and 2. We no longer need the APU, so we're going to turn you off. Isolation valve to auto. APU bleed off. Packs back into auto. There goes our air. Seatbelts on. Everything is good up here, right? Yes, sorry, Bob. Oh, so now I can. I wonder what the limitation is on that. Someone must know that, because I couldn't do the stall warning test earlier, but now I can do it. Maybe you have to have. I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't do it earlier. All right, overhead panel does look set. 370 auto, landing altitude at 50 feet. Beautiful. Let's do a flaps. We're doing our flaps 15, correct? So we're going to do this from this view here. How many steps is 15? That's 1, 2, 5, 10, 15. Geez, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here we go. Just listen to this. If you have never been on a 737, you don't even need to go on one, because this is exactly what it sounds like. I mean, that flap sound is, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, that is the most realistic flap sound in X-Plane 11, period. It is. I mean, the FlyJ Sim 737-200 is probably 0.01 points behind this, so they're very close to each other, but I'm just speaking from experience. That is the most realistic flap sound in X-Plane. I'm going to have one more notch of flaps to go. Let's listen to it one more time. I mean, that's unbelievable. All right, flap set. Let's see. What did Lauren say back there? She said how not to kill yourself. Trim set, yaw damper. Okay, yeah, trim is set. Yaw damper, I think it's automatically on, right? And packs are on. Pressure set. I think we're good to go. Let me just do a quick takeoff check here.
New Orleans traffic, Spirit Wings
Perfect.
554, push from gate Bravo 12, taxi to runway 2 by Gulf Sierra.
Oh, there's Spirit Wings. He's taxing out. I guess we'll unfortunately have to hold short. I did want to check my TCAS. Where's my TCAS at here? Let's get our TCAS set up. 2000 TARA. Whoa. TARA is set. And this is our weather radar, auto. Everything looks normal there. Cool. Not too worried about that. LNAV, VNAV. Both flight directors are on. He's taxiing out. Let me get my taxi light on. Do a cinematic taxi out now. I do prefer the taxi light on the nose wheel. I think Airbus has definitely got that over Boeing. That is awesome.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Look at these engines. These big old slats hanging down. I'm loving it. A kid named Kenny. Enjoyed hearing you on the podcast. With X-Plane Blue and fresh to X-Plane, your vids have helped me. Dude, that's awesome, man. Welcome to X-Plane. Direct to TARA in USA, MGS1. I only do that for VATSIM purposes. Oh, Lauren V, you're right. I gotta do, oh yeah, LNAV does nothing because we're doing a heading on departure, which this departure is going to be 2 miles. 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 we're going to turn right. We're going to make a right turn out towards Crestview. So make a slight right turn, 060 on departure, out over the water, and then we will, or not water, it's marshland. Okay, why am I not able to steer? Hold the phone. We're having a problem. Did not have this problem earlier. There's got to be an option. I probably messed something up here. Need assistance. I need assistance. Customize and configure hardware. Nose wheel axis on. Make it on yaw. Maybe that will do it. Okay, yeah, now we got the tiller. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Yep. It's my bad. We're good. Okay, that looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. That looks frickin' juicy. That is straight up the juice right there. Look at the 3D grass. Is it my first Zibo stream? It sure feels like it. I did a flight over a year ago in the Zibo. But I can tell you right now, guys, I will probably do a few more flights in this airplane because it's pretty mind-blowing. All right, let's get back, see where we're going here. Delta's waiting for us. I better make a radio call. There's probably people like, what the heck is this guy doing? Let me go back home. Every tab, airport. 10-9. New Orleans traffic. Southwest 357. We're going to taxi runway 02 via Gulf Sierra. We'll hold short of 29 New Orleans. I got to change that as well. Am I on PA? I'm probably on PA.
New Orleans traffic, Spirit Wing 781. Going to follow company to runway 2, New Orleans.
If you guys are new to the channel, just tuning in, and you see me fumbling around the 737, I do apologize. But I am enjoying myself, and I hope you're enjoying the stream too, so if you want to, go ahead and smash that like button, because Miss Jungles has cleaned it herself. There is no COVID involved with hitting the like button. Very much appreciated. Look at that shot. These wing views are pretty sweet. Yeah. I think I'm gonna say it, that the 737 wing view might be better than the Airbus. It might be. This view right here, right on the slats. Because I feel like the slats on the 7.3 go out further than they do on the Airbus, and you can see the leading edge of the wing in between the slats. Like, you can see that gap. Let me show you here when I hold short of the runway. You see what I'm talking about here? Like, see this gap? Now, I know you can see that on the Airbus too, but this almost seems more so. This ILS critical area. We'll go up here. I gotta change this configuration for my mic button here. It's gonna bother me. Hopefully we can do it before we cross the runway. Oh, it pauses. Oops, sorry guys. Alpha flight controls. How about nothing? Nothing. N-O-T-H. Do nothing. There we go. Alright, clear right. Let's check the cheat map here. Nobody on final. We're crossing 29. Let's get our landing lights on. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 357, crossing 29, going to runway 2, New Orleans.
Clear for departure.
No, we're not cleared for departure. I'm just turning the lights on, man. Never apologize for flying a Boeing.
Orleans traffic, Spirit Wing 554, taking off runway 02.
I've got an opinion that I'm going to share once we get up to cruise about why I think there are more Boeing fans on X-Plane than... What did I turn on? The wing light. Than Airbus fans. I have an opinion. I think you guys might agree with me here. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. What do we got? A grayscale 321. That is pretty juicy too with IAE motors. That's a pretty sweet looking airplane.
Spearwing 71
I do feel like a lowrider. This would drive me nuts if I ever transition to a 7.3 coming from the Airbus. I feel like I'm sitting so low, and I think it's like 4 feet lower in the cockpit of the 7.3. I mean, I can still find where I'm going, but I feel like I'm taxiing around with flat tires. All right, you guys are already yelling at me for the auto throttle. Auto throttle is armed. LNAV not required. We're going to be going in heading mode. VNAV is armed. 163 for Southwest operations. And our flight directors are on. I know where my Toga button is. We're flaps 15. We're set. We did our takeoff config test. Lights test. Make it look pretty. Cool. It's not just because of the Zibo, Bobby. That's what everyone thinks. And I think that's a valid argument as well, because you have such a high quality freeware. Look at this. I'm screenshotting this. This is amazing right here. I know FS 2020 looks good, but can you guys see this? We got a little bit of COVID on the window here modeled. We got a 321 with IAE engines in grayscale. We got a 7.3 NG, leading edge slats down, volumetric grass. I'm just gonna watch this take off from right here because this is the most juice I think I've seen in X-Plane in a long time. Hit the like button for this shot right here.
Taxi runway 2 New Orleans.
Engine switches to continuous. I'll get that here before we take off. Have I done any Fella 7.4? No, I'm not. That's a closed beta program, closed out program. I didn't even know that thing was out or coming out until, who did I see? I saw Q8 do it, and then I saw Flight Deck to Sim do an awesome 7.4-200 stream at a Boeing field, and he flew over Seattle. That was one of the most epic streams I've seen in a long time. I thought that was so cool that he did that. He took off in that 7.4-200 at a Boeing field and went downtown Seattle. And the 7.4-200 is pretty near and dear to me because that's my mom was actually a purser for Pan Am on the 7.4. So pretty cool to see that come to fruition here in X-Plane. Oh, the mic button on top of the PFD is a Toga button too? Awesome, Dimitri. I'm using OpenGL, Gustavo. OpenGL. Wow, he hit the burners. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 357. We're going to line up and wait runway 2, New Orleans. I don't think anybody's on final, right? Nope. Oh, Payne Field, not Boeing Field. Boeing greater than Airbus, negative. Nice rotation there, though. 321 off runway 2 is fun. I've done it. All right, let's get everything set up here. Continuous, you say here. We're going to light up all the lights. All right, yeah, now we're cleared for departure. I'm going to give that guy a couple of minutes, or at least 2 minutes. Start the chrono. We'll give him at least 2 minutes.
Have a good flight.
Roger that, thank you. And the flight attendants call up. I mean, this is unreal. This is... I feel like I'm flying a $100 add-on right now. I honestly do. I have no dog in this race either way, but I'm telling you, I feel like I'm flying a $100 add-on.
Southwest 1819, Crescent 29, New Orleans.
All right, we'll give him 1 minute. Let me set the brake real quick here. All our lights are on. Let's do an outside cinematic pan around. And then by the time we get back to the front, we should be ready to go. Bobby, Muhammad Ali International. It's New Orleans. Is that what the name is? I think that's right. I'm pretty sure that is. Fun fact: my first flight ever in the 121 airline operation world was into New Orleans. My first ever landing that I did in a commercial jetliner was in New Orleans. I believe I landed 28. Whatever the longer one is. I do need to turn on my strobes. Remember, for autopilot to engage, you have to be trimmed to the flight director crosshair and have no input on the yoke. Roger that, Dimitri. Golden State, welcome. I mean, this is just an incredible shot here. As soon as we make it around the other side, we should have enough spacing. So X-Plane is still superior to FS 2020 simulation? They're different sims at the current state, in my opinion, yes. I mean, X-Plane to me is a simulator where FS 2020 is still in its infancy. But hey, check back in 1 year. You got some pretty incredible add-ons, companies, developers working on FS 2020. We'll see what happens in another calendar year. All right. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 357, departing runway 2 on a heading of 060 out to the east, New Orleans. All right, you guys ready? Let's do that, and I need to get the strobes on. They're in the wrong direction. All right, here we go. We're going to spool them up. And Toga. Why do we have a reduction in thrust?
Delta 2919 lining up behind the departing Southwest on runway 2, New Orleans.
80 knots.
V1, rotate.
V1, rotate.
Positive rate.
Positive rate.
You're up. Oh, yes, sir. That is amazing. That is amazing. We're at 400 feet. We'll go ahead and select heading. Select's already selected. Beautiful. And I believe it's N1, right? No, we're not quite at 1,000 feet. There it is. Oh, look at the wings. I don't know if I want to fly or just... Never mind, we'll go VNAV. VNAV speed, heading select. There we go. I want to fly, but I also want to look at these wing views here. Alright, this is too much. Hold on. Autopilot, or Command A, because this is just too good to not be back here on this view. It is a bumpy day coming out of here. Gosh, that looks so good. All right, we are flaps up speed, so flap 0. Do the flyby again. Awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and set up a direct 2. We're gonna go, let's make it direct cab low. Wait, hold on. Erase. Is that where I want to be?
New Orleans traffic, Southwest 515, 2100 inbound for the localizer 20, New Orleans.
Direct cab low, LNAV. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 357 with 3.8, climb at 370, departing the area to the east, last call, New Orleans. Alright, up and off for you. My thrust levers are, give a little bit of
New Orleans traffic, Delta 2019, departing runway 02, then the heading of 130.
Auto throttle still in arm mode? It's an N1 speed, right? We should be good. Auto throttle arm. N1 FMA up here. N1 LNAV VNAV speed.
Runway 2.
I don't know a lot about Boeing, but I know some things. A kid came, Kenny, that was a vertical sim New Orleans, and I don't believe I have any ortho right here over New Orleans. We're about to be in Fork Boy as soon as we cross over the river here, but the airport you saw was vertical sim. Everything else was, I think, pretty much stock. Yeah, massive engines, I agree. It's Unicop, you can go wherever you want. Hey, I gotta try to be somewhat professional here. After takeoff, gear up and off, check. That's so weird. So I wonder in the real airplane, I guess you bring it up, and then do you have to manually bring it back to the off position? I wonder what the reasoning behind all that is.
New Orleans traffic, Southwest 515.
Why do I feel like we're not nabbing?
Right to join the left downwind for runway 2, New Orleans.
I feel like it's having a hard time Let's redirect it. Execute. There we go. Flyby shot. Jeez. Nope, no reshape. This is stock X-plane. Jeremy Harvey says every plane has a personality, and the Zibo doesn't just capture the look and feel, but the personality of the 7.3. I totally agree with you, Jeremy. I totally do. Oh, look at that. Went through 10,000 feet automatically. Oh, we're not landing in LA. Alright, check. Let's go up here, get the rest of our lights off. Landing lights come off. These can come off. Taxi lights can come off. I guess I'll leave those in... We'll go auto, I guess. Turn off the logo lights. Everything else can stay on, and the wheel well and the wing lights can come off. Cabin is pressurizing, so that is good. We're at 10,000 feet. Everybody's nice and comfortable. 22 degrees Celsius in the cabin. How are our volts and amps look? I normally like to at least check this out here before... Everything else looks good. I think we did it, guys. I don't think we need a dome light anymore. I can turn these off. I think we did it. Let's go outside. How's that for eardrums? Plainly says gear off depressurizes the hydraulic lines. Airbus does that automatically when the catches are locked. Interesting. Just another 1930s technology that never got upgraded in the Boeing. Laura said regarding question about the gear handle, after raising the gear you need to allow at least 30 seconds to depressurize before setting it to off. Lars, awesome. Great to know it, man. See, I'm learning things. I love doing streams like these, even though I get a little stressed out on the ground when I can't figure out how to set up the airplane. But I do love learning these little pieces because I spend a lot of my time, I feel, teaching you guys Airbus and Airbus techniques and maybe just aviation stuff in general. But then when I hop in an airplane where you guys have more expertise than I do, especially someone like Lars, a 7.3 driver, and I know a lot of you guys are familiar with the 7.3 as well. I get to pick up these little tidbits now, and I get to use them and then eventually, hopefully, teach other people about them. But I did not know that about the gear. That's awesome. I always wondered that too, because almost all Boeings have the up and off lever. Gustavo says the Max you no longer have the off. Interesting. 1950s, it came off the 7.0. Jeez. Stop bullying Boeing. Tom Pasco says, what do you think about Zibo versus Tolless? Oh, man. Boeing is a working man's aircraft. They left it manual so the pilot has... Okay, so my question is, what happens if you were to leave it up the entire flight? Say you were doing a 3-hour flight, and in a real airplane, if you left it in the up position, would that cause damage downstream in the hydraulic lines? Is that any repercussion? I'm going to ask that question. We'll come back inside. I don't know where to sit. This airplane is so beautiful. I don't know if we should sit outside on the look at the livery or we should see the wing views here. I mean, I don't know. This is just incredible. Actually getting ready to fly in the golden hour. I might have to brighten it up a little bit. Look at the wing textures, though, for real. More modern Boeings don't have the off, okay. Yes, Quasimodo, the A300 does have the off position. But like good, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think of a word. Anyway, like the progress of the Airbus, they eventually removed that, right? Does that mean Airbus is a thinking man's aircraft? Sam, the Zibo flight model is your favorite X-plane. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. I want to go back outside and look at this airplane. It just looks too good. I'm gonna come out here. We're gonna just sit here on the outside view. I'm gonna turn it down. That's way too loud. But turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. All right. Hopefully that's better. We'll zoom out a little bit. Get a nice shot of the airplane. Let's talk about flight dynamics here for a minute. So, let's see. Unnecessary wear and tear, I'd say. Jeremy says, I don't think so. It's just a safety feature in case there's an electrical or hydraulic issue. Dimitri says, nothing will happen unless you have failure set. Just increases the likelihood of having issues with the gear on arrival. Huh. Ah, so if you don't put it off, you might lose the gear if you lose. Robin H., good evening. All right. So why do I think that there are more Boeing fans? Because I think everyone can agree. Well, maybe not everyone, but at least in my experience, talking to you guys on stream and just seeing streaming content in general, seeing YouTube content in general, I think, in my opinion, it's fair to say that in the X-Plane community, let's just stick with X-Plane, it appears to me that there are more Boeing fans over Airbus. Now, a lot of you think, well, that's just because, you know, you have an awesome Freeware Zibo and you have to pay $80 for an Airbus in the sim. I would agree with that statement. I think that's true, but I want to say that it's not the way just having an airplane that's free. The way that this airplane hand flies, and this is a two-part answer in my opinion. There's 2 points that I want to make. One is the hand flying characteristics. In every single, I'm trying to think, I'm pretty sure, maybe the 727 is an exception, and the 737-200, but in every other airplane in X-Plane, that's not fly-by-wire, so I don't feel that counts, can't be Airbus, I have to tweak my flight control sensitivity settings to make the airplane fly more realistic. Whether it's too pitchy, I think a lot of X-Plane airplanes get plagued with a oversensitive pitch axis. Some airplanes are a little bit more twitchy in the roll, but that's not very common. I think the most common problem we find in X-Plane is the pitch axis is extremely sensitive. And real airplanes don't fly that way. Now, yes, you can have some oscillation, especially in lighter aircraft, GA airplanes, even some light jets are much more sensitive in pitch, I would say, but you use trim a lot more. It's so hard to really make an airplane fly exactly like an airplane in the sim when you lack the feel of the control forces on the control yoke. So even for a 172, it could be the most study level 172 ever, but the lack of resistance, unless you have a force feedback yoke, it's going to be very hard to fully understand the importance of trim and how trim affects the airplane. And that is only amplified when you start flying faster and bigger airplanes, such as the Citation jets. I know the Bravo was a big player in trim because it had very heavy control pressures, to me, if you weren't in trim. And that's how most light jets are. That's how most airplanes are. So that problem gets worse as you get to bigger and larger aircraft. And I could see how that's a problem for developers when you're trying to make an airplane in a sim and you don't know what everybody's hardware is. But this Zibo, I have zero control sensitivity adjustments on here. And pair it with my honeycomb yoke, which I'm going to get to in my second point, this airplane hand flies exactly how I would imagine a 737 flies. Now, I have never personally flown a 737, and I'm sure Flight Deck to Sim probably has an opinion on this as well, but if I feel like I'm flying a 737 when I use this airplane and I'm hand flying it, when I turn everything off and I'm just using my honeycomb yoke. And I don't know why they got it right, and it's so hard for other developers to get right, but 100% the pitch on this is spot on, in my opinion. Now, that second point I wanted to make is the lack of a quality flight control peripheral for a decent price. Enter the honeycomb yoke. I think if anybody who has a honeycomb yoke you are going to be extra in love with the Zibo, because the honeycomb yoke is a high quality yoke for a medium price point, and when you pair it with this Zibo, it's mind-blowing how fun and how smooth the hand flying characteristics are. So now you're going to say, well, what about the Airbus? Why isn't the Airbus the best in hand flying characteristics? And I can't even really put them in the same conversation, because to me the Airbus would be a much, and I don't know if it is, but theoretically in my brain, it would be theoretically easier to make an Airbus simulation flight characteristics, because it's all fly-by-wire. You don't have to worry about the input of flight controls and control pressures and trim. Just as you are in the real airplane, you move a side stick, which always feels the same. It doesn't adjust to loading on the aircraft. It doesn't adjust to the speed that you're flying. It's always the same pressure on the joystick or on the side stick. So translating that into a sim, you could make a very, very realistic simulation with an Airbus, because as in real life, you don't have flight control forces to deal with, so it could fly real. But you can't compare that to something that's not fly-by-wire, because every airplane in the sim, other than the Zibo and maybe the 727 and the 737-200, the 737-200 even on landing can be really pitchy, but I just feel like this airplane has nailed it. I'm going to brighten it up just a little bit. I don't want to land in darkness. I want to land at sunset, so we got that fixed now. But I think that's what it is. And we don't have a high-quality side stick at the same price point as, say, the honeycomb yoke. So if we had a high-quality side stick for the Airbus, I think people would enjoy flying the Airbus more so than they do with the TCA stick. Now, I'm not no disrespect to Thrustmaster on the side stick that they have, but it's not realistic to the Airbus side stick. It's got some extra buttons and functionality, and it's super light. It's plastic. It's lightweight material. It doesn't feel very realistic to me tactilely when you compare it to the real thing. So I think you combine that with just fly-by-wire, you don't capture the entire personality of an aircraft, whereas with this Zibo, combine it with the honeycomb, it's a match made in heaven. I mean, it really, truly is. Dimitri says Zibo has 6 real-life pilots on the team from both sides of the pond. That's awesome, Dimitri. Trying to catch back up some of the comments there. So definitely feels like I'm flying with a heavy yoke when I use the TCA on the Zibo. Always slightly wobbling around just to get right where there's wind. Right, so I haven't flown the Zibo with a side stick, obviously because I'm fortunate enough to have both a side stick and a yoke. But I would imagine that flight characteristics are skewed a little bit if you're not using a yoke with it. But I don't know. There's something about the hand flying characteristics of this airplane that just seem to be a unicorn. Have you seen the new honeycomb stuff they're coming out with? I have not. I wasn't aware they're coming out with something new. Dimitri says, as a tip from Zibo himself, for the VNAV to work as a 10, you have to set the winds and the descent. Okay. We'll worry about that here in a second. Oh, I never did set standard. We'll go ahead and set standard on both airplane, and that and auto brake should be off. We are in VNAV. 370, we're climbing up. Things are looking good. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll try to remember to get that descent stuff set up, Dimitri. Neil says, agreed, and I'd gladly pony up the dough for a stick like that. Yeah, Niels, being able to... I know a real 737 flight control column I'm sure it is much more heavy duty than what the honeycomb yoke is, but comparing it to what we have available for Airbus and what the real thing is, we don't even have the comparison is so much larger than it is for the Zibo. I mean, this honeycomb yoke is a great product. I mean, I've put I got it right when they first came out, so what's it been, almost 2 years? Oh, maybe not that long, maybe a year. I put it to some hard use, and it's still working just as good as when I first got it. I wish Thrustmaster would come out with a Warthog Airbus grip, because their Warthog grip is fantastic. I think it feels pretty good, but we need a very hardcore, moderate price point side stick for the Airbus. A kid named Kenny, forgive my ignorance, but are you a real pilot? Yes, I am. I do not fly the Boeing, as you could probably tell, but I'm an Airbus captain. So I am a real pilot. Definitely not a real Boeing pilot. Gustavo says the initial climb on the Zibo is not that great. The trim will run for 6 to 7 while it should be on 4 to 5 unit. Interesting. See, so I'm sure there's things that I'm not aware of because I don't fly the Boeing in real life. I mean, when I fly the TOLUS or the Flight Factor, I can pick up on, okay, that's realistic, that's not realistic, because I'm used to that, right? I have thousands of hours in that airplane. The Boeing, I don't. So I have to kind of go by what you guys tell me and by what I would assume is correct. But I will say this is the first livery that I like the split winglets on. I actually hate these in real life. I think they look pretty ugly. But with this livery, with the wavy thing here, I think it looks sick. This is probably one of the top 3 liveries on the 737 that I've ever seen. Lawrence says Flight Deck Sim uses the TCA stick only. Just uses the slider for the throttle. Really? And finds it fine just for his purpose in the Zibo too. So, well, there you go. That proves the point. I mean, if a real 7.3 captain is flying the airplane with the side stick and he says it still flies like it should, that's a testament to the Zibo team and how they got the flight characteristics nailed in this airplane. At least the hand flying aspects of it. I can't speak to the performance of it, like how Gustavo was saying how the trim will run longer than it should, or I can't speak to the climb performance numbers, what type of vertical speeds are you getting. I can't really speak to that. I can just speak to, okay, there's the runway, I'm entering midfield downwind, go land, and I hand fly the approach in. Travis says this may seem cruel, but it's rather fun to watch you struggle with the Boeings. Hey, man. As long as you guys are enjoying the content, I'll gladly keep putting it out. But I will say this, I want to do some more Zibo streams. And I know this channel is really focused around Airbus, and I love the Airbus, and I will continue to fly it. But this Zibo is such a high-quality airplane that I can't let it go unnoticed anymore. I think we should definitely do some Zibo at least once a month, maybe more. Maybe 2 times a month minimum in the Zibo, not just another Boeing, in the Zibo itself. You like the split wingtips? I don't know, man. I think the best look is a 700 with the winglet, or just a classic with no winglet at all. But on this livery, I think the split looks pretty sweet. Sam says, I love the split Simtars just as much as the blended winglets. I know I'm in the minority, though. I just, I don't know. I'm just old school that way, I guess. I love the classic no winglets at all with the little logo light thing on there. I mean, it's pretty bad looking, though. I tell you what, the squashed engines up front, that's a good shot right there. Jeremy says, I was just thinking you need a microwave to go with my mini fridge. Would be a good idea, man. Beater fish, do I use prepared or P3D anymore? No, I have officially uninstalled P3D. I have officially removed it from this computer. Wrong side. Oh, Blue stopped by? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't know Blue stopped by. He said, what was the comment now? Blue said that how come we don't have force feedback in 2021? I think that is a phenomenal question, Wrong Side Simulations. I remember using force feedback years and years ago with I think it was it Thrustmaster actually had a force feedback stick? I had multiple force feedback sticks decades ago. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I really don't. Welcome back, Christian. We just leveled off in cruise, man. We're chilling. Let's actually hop in the cockpit here, and let's go ahead and get the volume back a little bit. Let's turn the seatbelt signs off. Let's make sure everybody's enjoying themselves. How we looking? Cablo, we're still cruising. Let's make a level off PA, shall we? And you have the integrated AVI tab. I mean, I don't know. This airplane is kind of mind-blowing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruising altitude. Flying pretty smooth, so I'll turn the seatbelt sign on. I would like to ask you to do that result, please. Please the seatbelt fasten while seated just in case we do find an unexpected bump. Also, please don't hold the line to burst in the forward galley lavatory area. We really appreciate you choosing to fly with Southwest this morning. Hope you enjoy the trip. Have a great week. Please come back and see us again real soon.
Awesome little PA there. I don't know why. Alright, I gotta back up. I'm sorry. I hate moving time in Sim, but it's just too dark. I must have made a mistake on that. So we should be good now. I think that should be the last adjustment. Let's chill out here in the cockpit actually for a minute. Everything is done. We're going to Cablo. I'm gonna come back and let's look at this cockpit here for a minute. I mean, this is no joke a busy place to be. So one of the last flights I did, my FO was a former WestJet 737 pilot, and we talked for hours about, you know, the 73 versus the Airbus. And if you guys missed it from the last stream, I said, he told me, he's like, I would not go back to the Boeing. As far as a real practical workplace, working day in and day out and flying 4 legs a day, 3 legs a day, whatever it may be, he says the Airbus is way better. Now, he did say that hand flying, he says hand flying the 737 is a lot of fun. And, you know, honestly, you don't really hand fly the Airbus. We can turn all the automation off and fly it with our side stick, but it's still all fly-by-wire. You don't have to trim, you don't have to adjust for configuration changes very much. So you do lose that real traditional hand flying that you think of or that you go through as you're training. So that was one thing he did say, is that, yeah, it was a blast to fly, a lot of fun to fly, but I even asked him, I said, okay, same job, same schedule, same pay scale. You pick what airplane you want to fly. He said Airbus every time. So that's what he told me. I've heard that from multiple guys. I think once you get in the Airbus and actually go to work in it, your mind will kind of get blown. So Jeremy says, I think that PA was recorded from a real flight. I think so too, man. No terrain or weather radar? Ooh, how do we turn on the weather radar? Come back here. We're going to go WXRA. I know it works because I was using it the other day on my test stream, or my test flight. So weather radar is on. And we're zoomed out. Let's come down here. Let's make sure that it is indeed on. Alright, we are TARA. That's good. I don't think... these switches don't work? Oh my gosh. I found switches that don't work. Check it out. I don't want to pull those and fly. Why is the FO on VHF3? Okay. Pull it back here. I have to switch to the Ryanair preset to see. Oh, really? Is there a way to have a Ryanair? You can actually, I mean, PA settings. Check this out. I mean, this whole thing is the amount of detail and options. I don't think there's another airplane. The closest would be the Tolis, but this still has more options than that. I think that's pretty mind-blowing. Christian says it's all about the table in the Airbus. You got it, man. Dynasty, yes. Says imagine what the Airbus guys at Air Canada have to go through. Pretty much all of them got sent to 7.3s when Air Canada decided to replace their 320s with Maxes. Ouch. Am I from Memphis? No, sir. Sahil says, I flew the 7.3 before the Airbus, and I agree, but I hated hand flying the 7.3 because it required too much trim input. The radar tilt panel is about the only thing that doesn't work at the Zibo. Jump and run, that's an interesting point. It says the A320 has an office up front, Boeing has a cockpit up front. Day in, day out, I'd probably pick the office too. I can change my radio stack to MMR style in EFB. Oh, jeez. I like this one now for the Boeing. I understand it, it's pretty good, but I might have to try that next time. Yeah, Brandon, I think they are based on livery. Ah, Christian, you're right. I think the INI is also up there with options as well. But I mean, this thing, you can even change the freaking type of lights that you have. Where was that? I'm going to get lost in this thing. Hopefully I don't screw anything up here. We're home. We're going to go next page. Customize, configure. Hardware realism. What's visual effects? Windshield effects. Reflection. Passengers hide. I don't. Strobe effect and cockpit on. VR particles. Flight director helper. Look at all this. This is unbelievable. That's not even what I was looking for. Display and variants. Here we go. Exterior. Look at this. Wait, you can go no winglets? That's mad. Air stairs, satellite. You can do that on the TOLUS. You can do that on the TOLUS. Well, you don't get air stairs. You can do this. Can't do this. Halogen LED. I just switched them to LED. Landing pulse. I don't know. Does the NG have the pulse? The Southwest? I don't think Southwest has pulse lights, right? Long LED strobes. That's what I put in there. I mean, I don't even know what half this stuff is, and it's an option. Like, what is LDU brake temperature? I have no idea what that is. Let's turn it on. I don't know what I did. Maybe we'll have brake temperatures later. A little bit of radar showing up there just in north of Cablo, but we're still good. We're cruising here. 7.6, Southwest doesn't fly at 7.6. Let's see if we can figure out how to increase our situation here. Plenty of gas. Where would I change my legs? N1 limit. It's an auto. Knit ref. Where would I change? So let's say I had to, like, I wanted to change my cost index. Can you change that in the airplane? Brandon M. Yes, sir. 100%, man. 100%. Legs. Is there a way to... I thought it would be in the progress page somewhere. Distance to go. Oh, lower display unit. Ah, okay. What it says on the tin, brake temp on the lower DU's flight control page. Okay. Wrong side simulations. Not a problem, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. We'll see you next time, brother. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in with us. I appreciate it, man. Oh, VNAV? Target speed. Econ descent. That's climb. We don't need that. We're at cruise page here. Alright, these are rookie numbers. Let's go 7-9er. Execute. 6,000 in Orlando. That should be enough gas. I don't know what min landing gas is in the 73800. 321 is min dispatch at 6,000, so that's good. Things are looking up. Let's do a flyby. I mean, that's pretty sweet, huh? You said go to... Hold on. I want to check this out here. Systems. Ah! Look at this. Hydraulics, pressurization. Uh-oh, I just flipped something on my honeycomb yoke. What did I do? I think I just turned a light on. Oh, I turned the landing lights on. Huh. So that's pretty cool that you can change, you know, that lower display unit. I think Southwest pretty much keeps this off, right? Or most airlines keep this page off when they're flying around. The handful of times that I've been on an NG in the jump seat, I see this blank. Yeah, I guess you got all your information right there. Init ref performance, I can change it too. But say this goes straight to approach ref. Init ref performance. I can change out all your cost index. So theoretically, if we were doing, well, I don't want to do 99. That might mess up my VNav stuff. Does the RTA work in the Zibo? I don't think so. Fix info page works. That's awesome. Alternate destination. That's pretty nice. Nav data page. Gosh, I need to go to school. I need to go on a Boeing type rating just so I can learn all this stuff. It's crazy. Donut coming in with a $50 bomb. Man, I don't know why the notifications aren't going off. I just saw that pop up there. Oh, there it is. He says, "What's up, V1? I told someone to stick donuts on the galley. I guess they forgot to tell you." Donut, thank you so much, man, for a massive donation, massive support on the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm going to go check for some donuts. I hope they're Boston creams, man. Hey, I posted in the XP Discord for you under food and, what is it, food and drinks section. I had to indulge real life. It was with that 7.3 guy I was flying with. I was flying with the 7.3 guy, and we just had a heck of a day. And I said, you know what, let's go get a donut at Dunkin' Donuts because we're going to be up all night long. And we got ourselves some Boston cream donuts for the flight. Appreciate it, man. I imagine they're in here somewhere. Thank you so much, Donut. I appreciate your support on the channel, man. Very much appreciated. Pretty good galley, pretty good galley. Can I get locked out of the cockpit? That would be something, huh? If you couldn't open that door again. Lock you out for the whole flight. Just a troll move by Zibo. Oh, can't go in the lav? What? What's going on over here? We got a little Denzel action. Looks like we got a alcoholic beverage, a Sprite and a Coke. Good deal. Phantom can teach you some Boeing stuff. Maybe I should stop blaming him so much. I should. I really should. He's gone for a while, man. Unfortunately, he's out doing some training, so I'm not going to be able to do. I was hoping that I could do a flight with him on Friday, perhaps, but unfortunately, he is out of commission for a while doing some real world stuff, so we'll just park it here in this cockpit for a minute. Just let's enjoy that shot. Jimmy says that's reason why it's blank. Most of the times the engine failure pop up down there. Ah, okay. Yeah, well, it says they also keep it off in flight. Perfectly good screen. Seems like a badly designed... Yeah, don't say that too loud. You're going to get attacked by the Boeing fanboys here. It's kept off in case of an engine failure or fire. The display will come on auto unless you have visual cue. Perfect. All right. Well, hopefully we don't have any engine failures, right? Did I ever talk with the FO fuel? But oh yes, Max, Sam. Thank you for bringing that up. So, I did. He was actually part of the lead safety. I don't know what, I forget what his title was for WestJet for quite some time. So when the MAX crashes happened, they were doing some investigating and you know, trying to see get all the details, right? So he was basically telling me, everybody knows now. I mean, it was the MCAS that triggered the system, and I asked him, I said, so there really was no training? You guys didn't know anything about it? He's like, no, there was nothing published about it. The differences training for the MAX, ironically, seems a lot like the differences training for the Embraer 190 versus the Embraer 170. When I got my type rating on the Embraer 170, I had to do 190 differences, and it was just an iPad course. You can literally click through it however you want, and this is the length, this is the engines, boom, 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 these are all the different, and you were done. That was your differences course. And from what he told me, that was very similar to how the max differences course was compared to the regular Boeing course. Now, some of you Boeing guys in chat probably can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a long night, flight red eye, so I may be getting some information wrong, but this is what he told me. Daniel Smith, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to Private Pilot. You've been around the channel a long time, my friend. Glad to see you on board. Welcome to Team Green, my friend. Welcome to the channel. So, what was I talking about? The max. So, yes, that was kind of the differences training. They didn't really know the MCAS, and long story short, as you probably know by now, the system has changed where it's got to have information from both sensors, or there is a redundancy built into it now, which there wasn't. Now, some interesting stuff that I wasn't aware of about the crash. So the airplane, I believe it was the maybe it was the first one, regardless, whichever crash it was, the day before, an expat crew used that airplane, had the same exact issue, had this trim starting to run away, and I guess what would happen is once the MCAS activated, it would just surge the trim wheel, it was just a constant surge, right? They're spinning that nose down, it would start to push the yoke over. So these expat guys, typically speaking, have come from different backgrounds. They will have a little bit more experience in the airplane. Properly stop the trim runaway. And this is where his exact words to me. He's like, anybody who's flown an airplane with an electric trim or has flight controls know what's the number one killer, and that's trim runaway. And he's absolutely correct. So whenever you start flying these aircraft with electric trim, that becomes your number one, not your number one, but one of your priority items, right? You're intimately familiar with the trim runaway just as you are with an engine failure or fire. Donut also coming in with the membership. Thank you, Donut. Appreciate you joining the channel. Welcome as a commercial pilot member. Glad to have you on board, Donut. Thank you so much. So, the expat crew did the right thing. I guess they did the trim cutoff switches here, wherever they are, right here. Stab trim cut out, shut it off, landed the airplane, no problem. They wrote it up, and the next day, that crew that got in the airplane, significantly less experience on the aircraft. Same thing happened. MCAS went off, started spinning, and that was it. They went into the ground. Now, the second flight, I learned something too, where they actually correctly stopped the trim runaway from the beginning. So they stopped it. They leveled off. I can't remember what altitude they leveled off. And the problem was they began to get so fatigued holding the yoke back that they said, okay, we're going to turn it back on. I got to trim it to see if I can get some control pressures off of this column so they can continue to fly. So as soon as he re-engaged the electric trim, boom, 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 it just started spinning nose forward, and that was it. It was just unrecoverable at that point. So I guess the changes that came in, it only does one pulse now. Any Max drivers in chat, I think that's what I remember him telling me, is like now it will only do one surge of the trim to get that nose down or that trim running forward instead of a continuous run forward trim. But I mean, what a situation to be in. I mean, especially that second crew who they correctly diagnosed the problem, they stopped the problem, but I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to get so fatigued that you can't hold it and it's going to crash anyway, or try to fix it, right? Turn it back on, see if you can fix it. And what's counterintuitive, what you guys may not understand, with these underslung engines like this, when that trim runs down on you and you get nose down trim, the only way to get out of that is to bump the thrust up. I mean, you go Toga thrust and wing mounted engines, it's going to bring the nose up. Faster airspeed, but now you're looking at what's your airspeed. Are you already overspeeding? I think one of the crews was already, I can't remember how many knots past V&E. So what are you going to do? You're going to go full Toga thrust and try to get the nose up and rip the wings off aerodynamically, or are you just going to let it go straight into the ground? You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So just a terrible situation for those crews. I can't imagine, that being in that situation with those guys, I mean, that's just, it's sad. It's very sad. And that really left a bad taste in my mouth for Boeing once I kind of, and then I kind of saw the political side of it, you know, all these stories started coming out of Boeing and how they didn't disclose this and they were pushing this to compete with the Neo, and a lot of corners were cut and a lot of lives were lost for it. And that kind of was the end of my admiration for Boeing as a company. So, unfortunate. Sam says, in my humble opinion, I think the changes to the MCAS should have been how it was designed in the first place. It should have, Sam, absolutely. You don't design a system on an airplane that does not have redundancies. You don't do that. And Boeing knows this. They've been around as long as anybody. So, you know, you step over a dollar to save a dime kind of thing. But I don't know. Unfortunate all the way around. Romulus says, I think unreliable airspeed was also a factor, and airspeed got high due to concern over stalling due to stick shaker high airspeed. Yeah, so that was the other problem. That was, I mean, you're absolutely right. I'm just kind of scratching the basics of what the MCAS was doing, but the actual incident themselves, it was unreliable airspeed. I've done unreliable airspeed events in the simulator every year, and they still are a pain in the butt to deal with. It can really mess with you. I can't imagine being thrust into that situation with an unreliable airspeed. You're getting a shaker, you're getting a stall warning horn, and you're getting an overspeed warning, and then this trim starts running on you full nose down. So the amount of human factors that go into that situation, it's, you know, you're done for. I don't think you can process all that instantaneously at however many 100 feet they were, you know, and go over. And then, you know, that other crew that stopped it initially, they actually remedied the problem. But now what do? You're stuck holding the yoke back. You have no control. Now, theoretically speaking, you can Monday morning quarterback, and I'm not even going to get down this path, but I mean, you could always increase airspeed, right? You can try configuration changes to try to relieve some pressure on that control column, but I don't fly the Boeing. I'm not even going to attempt to inject what I would have done, because I have no idea. You know, if what I would have done, I would have been dead too, because I don't fly the Boeing, right? I'm not trained on the Boeing. So there are speculations of other ways to handle it, but all around was a bad situation. Dear Samus says Boeing has not said sorry once to the families of the victims. And that's the other problem too. I mean, these people get away with literal murder, right? I mean, nobody is held accountable to the extent, I mean, you can't really hold them to the extent of the damage they caused, loss of life, unless you're going to put them on trial, you know, for murder. But it was just a terrible situation all the way around. Jack says, I don't think the current state of Boeing is what William Boeing would have wanted, corrupt company. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Light says, I love Boeing aircraft, but I dislike the company that only seeks profit over safety. Yeah. Blue Mac, I was just as shocked as you were. Initially, I'll be the first to say it. Initially, when this happened, I kind of was thinking like, okay, well, it's these overseas airlines that are, well, overseas to me, it could be in the backyards for some of you guys that live there. But generally speaking, the flight time requirements aren't the same in other countries. Every country's got different requirements for the most part. And the U.S. has some of the highest requirements. So initially when an accident like that happens, people come out and say, oh, well, it's pilot error. It was pilot error. They didn't do the right thing. And like, oh, yeah, so it was just a trim runway. I remember talking to some guys like, yeah, it was a trim runway. I don't know why they didn't stop it. But you got to look at the human factor element as well. I mean, if the country requires 500 hours, you can go fly a commercial jet, then that's what's going to happen. But you look at all the other things that went on in that whole situation, and it totally could have been avoided, period. The whole thing, that's what is so frustrating. The whole thing could have and should have been avoided. So that's my soapbox for the Boeing. Sahil, I have not heard any of the 777X woes. I have not heard any of that. The Boeing planes are epic, though. No matter what the company did, it wasn't pretty to see what they did after the facts. Yeah, and then trying to hide it, right? They try to hide the information. Like, that just, come on. The last great Boeing liner was the original 777. There you go. Gary says, I think the training should have been more precise. I agree, absolutely. Steele says Boeing is not the only corrupt company that runs for profit only. It's a systematic problem throughout some of corporate. It's a not just some of corporate America, Steele. I would wager to say the majority of corporate America. And I wouldn't even say just America. I would just say of global companies or entities in general across the globe. They all, not all, but the majority have that same problem. All right, just finishing up this little drink here. And we need to get back to seeing what is going on here in the cockpit. Let's hop back in here, make sure everything is still doing good. We're still 370. We're going to have to start getting ready for our top of descent. You know, I'm going to cut the corner here. We're going to go direct to Matata. So let's come down here. Let's go Matata, execute. I do like the execute feature on the Boeing FMC. All right, we're going to cut the corner, direct Matata, fly by. All right, I hate doing that. Where are we at? MCO. A piglet arrival. Oops. What do we got down there? 3000 on the meters. I'm going to set this one here so I forget. 3000 few broken, 10 miles, 210 at 8. We'll be landing with a crosswind. That'll be fun. And we're on the Piglet 6. Arrival. Let's pull up the 20-9. And then let's pull up the Piglet 6 into Orlando. Gustavo says it was in the 737-200 manuals up to the 70s. The manual recovery with a runaway trim. They removed since then. Wow. Yeah, runaway trim is no joke. I mean, even in any airplane, a runaway trim is a dangerous situation. The first airplane that I flew that had electric trim was a beach. No, well, it was actually technically a citation, but the Beechcraft was one as well that actually gave me issues. But yeah, trim runaway is never good. All right, Piglet 6. I actually got to watch a trim runaway training in a 757 simulator back at Airways. My buddy was doing the instruction training cruise on the 75, and I was just sitting in the jump seat along for the ride, and they did the trim runaway lesson. Pretty cool to see it all go down. All right, here we go. Northbrook. Do I have to, can I put waypoint data on there? Will it tell me my... No. I don't want waypoints. Can you pull up the crossing restrictions? Is that under data mode? Let's go plan here. And we're going to step through this flight plan. Zoom it in a little bit. So Acuna... I gotta figure out how to get a proper view so I can review this arrival here. Alright, Jafar. Let's go back to the top. Matata. is at 290. Can I just make it 290 altitude like this? Oh, beautiful. All right, 290. Matata is at 290. Oh, Matata's at 250. What am I thinking? Wait, we're gonna change that 250.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Follow 250. Execute. Smooth Ops says, great stream. Early in the stream, I subbed and joined as a private pilot. Smooth Ops, thank you so much for your $5 donation, man. Appreciate you joining the channel. Also became a member. Joined as a private pilot today. Smooth Ops, thank you so much, man. I apologize if I missed that earlier. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Team Green. I don't know why the Nightbot commands are not working. Are they working? I don't think they're working. Oh yeah, they are working. Exclamation point welcome. If you're a new member, exclamation point welcome. It will give you a breakdown of your memberships, what you can do. If you're a Discord user, you can sync your YouTube account to the Discord. I also have some members-only content out there for podcasts I do every couple of months, and then just keep the update of the members. So appreciate you joining. Welcome on board, my friend. 250 Matata, that's an expect, so that's why it's not in there. Piglet is an expect at 1000, so we'll set that up as well. 1000. Execute. And landing north, no, it's landing south, expected at 250, so we should actually make that, let's make it 250 at 11,000. That was Piglet, correct? There we go. 250 at 11,000 at Piglet. Rafiki, there's really nothing else, so there's no real hardcore VNAV on this, which is nice. Yeah, they're just what to expect, Christian, thanks. Yeah, so I've got them in there just so I can at least start getting down. And if we cross Piglet at 11,000, we should be in any position to get down here. Now, this is interesting because this arrival is actually for landing northbound. But I'm hoping we can break out because I would love to just turn everything off and hand fly because this airplane hand flies amazingly. All right, that looks fine. I'm not too worried about the VNAV here. Target speed 7.9. That's cruise. Oops. Econ path descent 7.6 in the descent. Estimated descent 148. Speed reset 240 below 10,000. Cool deal. What does this do? Oh, that's for speed descent now. Don't want to do that. I think we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. As far as the init ref, we are going to land flaps 30, 145. We'll set that. And this has the RNAV 18 right in there. ILS 18 right. Let's do that. Glide slope on. And let's also pull up the chart itself. Captain Geo coming in with how did you do that? That is so cool. How did you chat in green? Celebrating 18 months of membership. Captain Geo. When that 3080 coming through, Cap. That is awesome, man, how you did that celebration. Did I already pass my TOD? Hold on, let me just execute this. You guys got me worried, man. He says, when's that 3080 coming, though? Oh, it's coming, man. Don't worry. I'll update you guys here. Have no fears. Did I miss my TOD? No, we're still outside of Matata. Y'all are tripping. Or maybe not. Yeah, we should have already started down, I guess. That's just an expect. We'll be fine. We'll start the next one. Top of descent. Actually, let's change this. Let's go. That was a 2.5. Let me make this. Sometimes we get this. Jasmine 200 execute. We'll do that. And then I'm going to reset the MCP altitude to flight level 200, which I'm already behind, according to this thing, 6,000 feet. $11,000's the bottom. Are we that high? 40 miles, 20,000. Oh yeah, we're a little high. Rip. Okay, have no fear. True Southwest fashion. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go 20. Level change. 80 Mach. Boards out. How about this for top of descent? More than one way to skin a cat. Anyway, Gio, thanks again for celebrating 18 months. And then I missed a super chat. Great stream. Early in the stream, I sub joined private. Oh, that's just a late one. Smooth Ops, thank you. So thank you. My notifications are weird. I'm getting them at delayed times, and I'm seeing them in the chat. But again, Geo 3080. I'll keep you advised, man. It's coming. My wife's not happy. I'll tell you what. But that's awesome that you can do that celebration chat message because it's all green for me. Like I said earlier, descent forecast page info has to be set, but we're not doing a true VNAV, so we should be fine, right? Why do we need to set, let's see, VNAV forecast? Why can't you just give me standard? Why can't you be smart enough to do what the Airbus does? We'll be all right. We'll make it work. Look at this, we're already coming down. We're almost already caught up to it. How about this for a descent rate? Look at that shot. That's pretty sweet. Let's bump up the juice here on the audio again. Oh, yeah. Let's do one more of those. I love it. We almost made Matata at 250. Matter of fact, I think we probably will make it. Are we going to make it? Almost. We were 3,000 feet high over Matata. Need a little speed relief, or a little altitude relief there. Well, we're going to catch up to this one here. 1,600 feet. Then we're going to do VNAV. Let's see if this works. My plan works here. I'd be curious. 600 foot deviation. VNAV, FMC speed, stow the speed brakes. Ripped everybody in the back. Hey, we're back on it. Niels Christensen, you can do it too. Member for 17 months. That's awesome. He says it's been a good 17 months. Rip top of descent. Girani mode engaged. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's great, Niels. Yeah, we talked right through that top of descent. Dimitri, you're supposed to be keeping me on that, man. You're supposed to keep me on top of descent. We're like 40 miles past it. But look, we're back on it. That's one thing this Boeing is pretty hardcore about that descent. You can't really do that. I mean, you can do that in the Airbus. You can do it at 319, but I don't know if you'll be able to achieve those descent rates. That's, you know, the Airbus starts shaking and doing all a bunch of weird things. This is so fun to fly, though. I really loving this. Got a little weather there east of Jafar. Shouldn't be an issue. What'd you say there, Dimitri? You got a forecast for me? Let me go here. You said my ISA is 14 and QNH is 3000? Is it really? 14 over? All right. What's the temp down there? See if that does. Cabin rate 500 feet per minute. Oh, so if I got sinuses, can I change it? Yeah, check that out. So if I ever have sinus issues, I can change the cabin rate. I do that in the Airbus too. It's actually a lot more intuitive in the Airbus. It's right there on your Prague descent page. But it changes the pressurization. Pretty cool deal. All right, so we're FMC speed, VNAV path 270. Our next expect is going to be that 11,000. So I'm going to set 11,000 here in the window. It is right there. And I think we're ready to go. We're looking good. I'm going to bump, well, let's leave the speed at 275, whatever. Christian, wow, 14 months, love every minute of it, rolling coal. Amen to that, brother. We are rolling coal in this 7.3 tonight, my friend. We should do a go-around just for fun. Thank you so much, man. 14 months, that's awesome. Quite the descent, sir. I'm listening in my truck. That flyby rundled my subwoofers. Awesome. Michael, thank you so much for the 10 franc donation, dude. I really appreciate it. He says, great stream, Captain. The Zibo brought me to X-Plane. Any chance of you teaching us the Embraer? I struggle with that one. Don't know if it's me or the plane. It's the plane, Michael Rudolph. Thank you again for your support. Really appreciate it. the Zibo is captivating for sure. It's a very captivating airplane. It should be the flagship of X-Plane, really, before being a free product. I mean, that should be what people get into. It should be advertised that way because it really is a fantastic pay-wear level airplane. 100% pay-wear. I'd happily pay $100. Well, I don't think anybody happily pays $100, but I would easily pay $100 for the quality of this add-on. It's that good. And I don't even know half of it. I mean, the ACARs and everything. So I'm gonna make it a point in the next, coming months, whatever. I'm gonna stream the Zibo more, and I'm gonna try to get better at it. I'm gonna learn more of its features. I really want to use it to its full potential. But as far as the Embraer, unfortunately, they're so poorly done that I've stopped. What I could teach you wouldn't even make sense in that because it doesn't work the same way. I assume you're speaking to the Embraer 170s that are out, the SSG or the other one. But unfortunately, they're not at that point yet where I can do much. I may have to revisit them. That's something I'll put on my list. So I'll just download them again because I own them. And I'll see if there's been any changes. But as of now, unfortunately, they're just not really realistic. Team Vodka's doing it too. He says, I'm going to do 17 left because I'm probably going to crash. No worries, Team Vodka. It's a great day today with you, Niels. Absolutely, my friend. Jessica, private pilot for 14 months plus one for the go-around. Lauren says go-around then divert to Tampa. Oh, boy. Could you imagine? Can't get over how good that livery is. I think I've been a member just over a year. First flight sim channel I joined. Andy, awesome, man. I appreciate the support. I really do. You guys are awesome. I mean, just seeing all the badges in chat and all the green, and it's just, you guys are awesome. You really are. Quasimodo, I know, right? Like a C-17 or something. The call for a go-around is go-around flaps 15, set go-around thrust. Ooh, what's go-around thrust? Do you not hit Toga, or... Man. Carta Joel, what is going on? What is going on, Carta? Good to see you here, bud. Welcome. Just in time. We're on our descent, my friend. MCO Mitar. Thank you, Dimitri. Oh, it's 93 field elevation. All right, let's change that real quick. Let's come in here. We'll set 9. Can we set? It only goes in 50s. We'll set 100 foot there. We're coming down 200. Let's make a PA here. Let's go home. PA, a descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have started our descent. I have turned the seatbelt sign back on. I'd like to ask you to please return to your seats and buckle up for the short duration of the flight. I truly appreciate you choosing to fly with Southwest this morning. Hope you've enjoyed the trip. Have a great week, and please come back and see us again real soon.
Butter it or go around. Whew. Yeah, Niels, you said look forward to the new X-Craft version. Seem like deep simulation. So, I guess the X-Craft are attempting to make it better. We'll see. I'll be on top of it. I would love to teach you guys that. Funny thing is, I was cleaning out a storage unit that we had after we moved, and I found my old flight bag with all of my Embraer manuals in it. So I don't think I could just sit in an Embraer right now and teach it. It might come back to me, but what I remember from the airplane is it's actually very intuitive, but it's very different. But it walks you through it. You literally just start on one page and you just progress page after page after page, and then you get all the way to the end and you're done. You don't have to flip back around like the Airbus with diffstrip or with this Boeing. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but that's a good question. Is there an acronym for the Boeing FMC like we use in the Airbus McDo? So in the Airbus, we use the diffstrip acronym, right? For data, init, flight plan, secondary. Is there an acronym for the Boeing? That's an interesting question I have. All right, 18,000. Here we go. Let's go ahead and set 3000. 3000 is set both times, and we do have to set the approach course, right, for this. Init ref, ILS 18 right, flaps 30, 145, 111.9, and 185. Drag required. Final approach course
Subscriber
185 is set.
ahead. Look up.
When is the last time you used the term butter in real life within your FOs or otherwise? I don't think I've ever used the term butter. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever used it in real life. They might look at me funny. I think I've said greaser. I think I've said greaser before. Or I've said, you know, like nice landing or that was awesome. In case of the go-around, you push the Toga for flight director. All right, but the auto throttle won't do anything if it was disconnected for landing. I got you. No acronym, just next page. I was just checking this out here. Oh, should have probably stowed those a little bit ago. All right, 13 for 1000. I'm gonna turn on my fan. Give me 1 second, guys. Get a little warm in here. All right, we're back at it. Have you ever had a divert in real life? Oh, yeah, you bet, man, all the time. Well, not all the time, but, I mean, dozens of times, that's for sure. All right, there's Tiger. Now, here's the thing. This RNAV arrival, we're going to have to vector ourselves off of it. That's cool, kind of between layers right here. That's kind of a cool shot in between layers. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty sweet. Nope, the aftermath there is not, other than a dual cooling push button. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here after Piglet, where's they normally expect to give you a vector? Expect radar vectors prior to Tiger, so this is what we're gonna do. We're going to do it in true Boeing fashion. I'm going to descend and maintain 7,000, level change, speed rise up to 250. Heading select.
Miles out, returning right base, right.
Heading 115. Okay, now we're going to come back down here, and I'm going to go legs. And I don't know how to shoot a line in the Boeing, but we're gonna do this. What's that first fix? Hatada? Get rid of that. Pull up the approach chart. 18 right. Alexander says we should have a Kawade Monday animal wave on the sticker in chat. I'm gonna try to make one, man, for sure. Tuffy Hammy. Hammy is at 3,000. Look at the wane on the wane. Look at the rain on the windshield. We'll go direct to Hammy. We're gonna go Hammy, back to the top, execute, nav, and we're gonna descend and maintain 3,000, on the level change. Look at the rain on the windshield. Oh my gosh, and the wipers work. That's just stupid. That's stupid cool. That is really cool. What does the knob behind heading select do? That's for the bank angle. Alright, we are 20 miles from Hammy. We got 5,000, 510, 15. We're looking good. Our knit speed, our ref speed is going to be 145 at flaps 30. Of course, 185 is set. You're getting bombarded right now, Robert? Yeah, we may have to hand fly this approach. I wanted to just do a visual approach, but I don't know if we're going to get to the bottom of this. Let me see what my sim weather is showing for clouds here in Orlando. Sim weather is showing 11, few at 11 scattered, broken. It's definitely more than that. As we drop down there, 3's a little low. Let's make it 4,000. Rain is also customizable. If I want to extend the center line, bring the CI way to the top and the inbound on the lower. Really? Well, we're going direct now, but I'll have to keep that in mind. Extend the center, bring the CI waypoint to the top and type the inbound course. That's cool. All right. I hope I remember that for next time. Did I set the ILS frequency? No, 110, 111.9. We still have to do that in this airplane? Doesn't do it for you? Wow. 111.9, right? So active. Active. Boom.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
That's awesome. That's probably recorded out of a real airplane.
Orlando traffic, Delta 2919, entering a right downwind for 7 left to Orlando.
He's making radio calls. I don't need these waypoints on there. I don't know why that's on there. Must have clicked it. Don't need terrain. I do want to just keep the weather radar up. I don't know where I set my minimums at. There we go. Look at that. Radio mins. I want to do baro mins. Look at that. Figuring it out.
Orlando
Baro
traffic,
294.
Orlando traffic, spare wing 71, we're 10 mile final for
1,000 to go.
Orlando.
Check. Let's come all the way down to 3,000. Orlando traffic, Southwest 357. We are about 20 miles to the northwest, inbound 18 right, Orlando. Auto brakes and minimums. Minimums are set. Auto brakes are going to be off. I want to just do it manually. Can you do auto brakes off in the Boeing, or is that just an Airbus thing? This engine view is so cool. Bank angle is set to 10, above flight level is 300. Alright, well, we're all right now. We're about ready to turn it all off because I'm just starting this break out here. As soon as I could see the airport runway, we're doing it. I should probably start slowing down. Let's bring it straight back to 180. Little spoid brake action. Look at that. I want to be below, what's my flap speed? 225, flaps 5. 10 more knots. And you know what we're doing? We're going to go approach arm, loc, and glide slope. There's 225. Let's go flaps 5. Oh, yeah. Alright. I'm going to have to not pay attention to chat. try to enjoy the landing here, guys. Just watch me. Hopefully we don't start bouncing down the runway. Below, we could go below 200 flaps 15. So, flaps 15. Gosh, that's amazing. Boeing minimum auto brake 1. Ooh. Auto brake off, operator specific. Alright. We're going off. Alright, 183,000. I wonder if it will actually capture. Did I set this up right? 2 autopilots on. VOR loc should be armed, right? Glide slope. There it is, VOR loc, single channel. .145 is our final approach speed, so I'm going to take manual control of the thrust, autopilot off. I'm sorry, auto thrust off. We can't set a bug here. Oh, I guess it's already set for you. That's cool. Runway's in sight. Let's do this. Let's turn it all off. Let's turn it all off. Autopilot, everything is off. Flight director's off. We're going to just do a complete hand-flown approach. I'm going to go FPV, bird mode. I see the runway. I'm high. Hey, pass Orlando VOR at or above, what, 3,000? They're always high in real life, too. So thrust is coming all the way back. Gear's coming down. Speed brakes armed. Runway's in sight. Let's land this puppy. Gotta catch up to that glide slope.
2,500.
Orlando traffic, Spearwing 71, we're clear of 18 right.
15 knot
crossing 18 left,
crosswind,
exit
huh?
to the gate, Orlando.
Alright, flaps 30. Alright, now we're gonna hand fly it. Get back on center line. Orlando traffic, Southwest 357. We're on final runway 18 right, Orlando.
Bearing right base for 17 left, Orlando.
Speed brake armed. It's armed. This is bothering me, having that bug up there. Turn up the volume a little bit. There we go.
1,000.
Y'all are tripping about the speed brake. Oh, jeez. It's armed. Now I got unstable. Jeez. No auto brakes. We're not using auto brakes. Believe it or not, we can stop with manual brakes. Now I've got to try to get down on the slope here without exceeding 1,000 feet per minute. Oh, we're southwest. We can go all the way down to 500 feet before we're stable. Never mind. There we go. Look at that. This thing is so fun to fly. Jeez. Kind of want to do a go around just for fun. That wind is stiff, I will tell you that. There's a stiff crosswind there.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Alright, this is the first time on this approach where I really start to feel out of sync with the airplane. I'm going to be high over the threshold now too.
50. 30.
Check. close.
10,
Hold the attitude. Smash. Spoilers. Reverse green. That was side loaded as all hell, I could tell. I was feeling so good, and then right at about 100 feet, I started to feel really unstable and out of sync with the airplane. 261, 85 feet high.
80 knots.
Man.
Orlando, Delta 2019, 14 mile final, 17 left. Orlando.
No butter for this Boeing. Jeez. Alright, we're gonna hold short at Echo. We'll clean it up there. That was not a long landing. We were definitely in the touchdown zone. Y'all are tripping. Long landing. Long landing. XP72, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. That was... I was feeling so good, and then right at that 100-foot mark, I really started to feel unstable.
Have a great time here in Los Angeles. Come back and fly with us whenever you can.
That's still the best shot right there, this wing view.
Orlando
Flaps.
traffic, Spirit wings 554, crossing 18 left, crossing 18 left, taxi via Bravo 5 to the gate.
And Orlando traffic, Southwest 357, we're also crossing 18 left to the gate, Orlando. We're going to leave our lights on until we cross. Did you like my flight deck to sim imitation? I got to get the accent. Check close, hold the attitude. But that was definitely, I don't even know what he would rate that, probably like 3 out of 10. I felt like I was really side loaded. I felt like the airplane we touched down pretty crooked. We'll see in the replay. But I always come back to it. An unstable approach typically leads to an unstable or not a good landing. And I just felt the same way. I know Southwest is over here, airside 4, but to save on taxi time, let's just take this airside 3, go over here at United. Since we left at a United gate anyway, we'll park at a United gate just to piss them off. All right, let's go ahead and turn our lights on. Oh my gosh, you guys let me all that and we never turned our lights on? We just landed with all of our lights off. Come on. Definitely a Burbank style touchdown. Well, now I'm really sad that we had all the lights off. I think we'll go one more. What is this? Echo 1? I'm going to need to go to the school of flight deck to sim for sure. After flying in this does this airplane have multi-crew? That would just be so fun. Just for I want to learn this airplane more. I mean, you guys, I know going off in chat, it's hard for me to read the chat and fly and try to understand what you're saying so I can change it in the sim here real quick. But after these last few flights on this airplane, you can expect to see it more because honestly, it really is something special, this airplane. Oh, we got to go Southwest style. Hold on, I have to skip this gate here until the APU is up. I was going to go straight in here, but we're going to go Southwest. We're going to kill both lights, or kill both engines. As soon as we get that APU up. Alright, I got to pick a gate. I'm going to pick this one. Actually, we'll pick this one so we don't run into that guy. Come on, APU, give me power.
After you, 357.
Thanks, boss. We're coming over here, United. Company merger. Alright, here we go. A little bit of juice. Alright, we don't have any APU gen yet, so it's alright. We're going to go 1. A little bit more juice. Now that is how you park a 737, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Orlando with the strobes on. Light management, 0 for 10 on this flight. 0 for 10 on the light management, y'all. Blinded the marshaller and everything. Jeez. XP, exactly. Reading chat and flying, landing with the lights off. My goodness. All right. Let's do a replay of this. Oh, that's beautiful there. Look at that. That's that 321 that took off. Awesome stuff, man. He must be in chat. That's cool. All right, let's do a replay here. Boop. Let's get back in here. How about that parking job, though? We're going to have to replay the parking job.
2500.
All right, let's watch it from the wing view here first. Anthony, that was fun stream. Thank you. I'll take care. Dougal, thank you, man. I appreciate Dougal McTavish. Yes, and as Dougal mentioned in chat, there's going to be some big giveaways coming. I look forward probably next week sometime, and I'll have more information as time gets closer. But thank you, Dougal. Appreciate it, man. Rush that parking? No, that's just how Southwest parks, my friend. I'll never forget, man. I was still flying at the regionals at the time, and I was jump seating home. I was actually coming to St. Louis to Dallas, Texas, and I was sitting on that second occupancy jump seat, which sucks. And coming into the gate, I kid you not, dude shut down both engines. We were outside of the. I mean, we were like 3 or 4 airplane lengths from the gate, and he shut them both down. I'm just thinking, man, that is. I wish I could be as cool as you when I grow up. Like, it was awesome. Maybe on my retirement flight I'll do it. I'm frying this nuts with the radar too. Oh, it's alright, man. Well, we're not in Vegas, so yeah, I probably should turn it off. The marshaller couldn't move is fast enough. Aaron Hastings, that's you? Awesome, man. That was cool seeing the grayscale 321 there. All right, let's watch this touchdown. Look at the flap. Look at the flaps moving. Oh my gosh. I forgot to put you in replay mode. Look at the flap jiggle. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? I gotta do a couple inside views here. All right, I want you to pay attention to something here, guys. This is one thing that has blown my mind. Watch the wing flex dissipate as the spoilers extend too. I mean, this is some next level stuff right here. I'm inclined to agree, Dimitri. The A310 wing view is special. Look at that, spoilers up, and then look at the flex go. Look at the flex go away. See that? Spoilers are designed to spoil lift. That's exactly what they're doing. All right, one more shot here from the inside, then we're going to watch the outside view. We won't go back as far. Turn up the sounds a little bit. Here comes the reverser door. Oh, yes, sir. All right, here we go. Let's back it up. Let's watch this. Yeah, I was side-loaded. I could tell from that angle right there. All right, this would look way cooler if we had lights on. Everybody who posted something about telling me how to fly it, you all got a failed grade because no one told me to turn the lights on. That's still pretty sweet, though. I do appreciate y'all helping me out in chat and getting some information out there because, oh yeah, see that gust of wind? Oh my goodness. That was ugly. That was ugly. But see how side-loaded we were? That was ugly. But hey, we survived. It was, you know, I keep saying it's ugly. It's probably that. It's actually probably very true to real life with Southwest here. Yeah, that gust of wind just got me. Oh man. All right, let's start playing the tunes. Dougal, I know you like this view back here, right? Alright guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Oh, I gotta do the replay. I'll do, after I finish it off here, the last replay will be the airplane ghost riding it into the gate. Mods, thank you so much for hanging around with me on the channel. XP72, good to see you guys. Check out XP72. He's gonna be in the MD80 tonight at 7 o'clock, which is in a little over 2 hours from me. Can't wait to watch that one, XP. I'll be there. Thank you for stopping by. Dougal, Dimitri, all my mods in chat, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Members, appreciate you so much. Appreciate your support. You guys are awesome. Donations, you guys are awesome. Does really significantly help the channel, man, moving into this office, getting things set up. So I appreciate every single cent, every donation. Everyone else hanging out in chat, I love you guys just as much. Hit the like button for me on the way out for an Airbus guy trying to fly a Boeing. Until next time, I'm V1. Y'all take care. Have a good rest of your night. I'm going to be hanging out with XP later at 7 o'clock, seeing him go through the MD-80 with no checklist. That's about the equivalent of parking the airplane with no engines running. Alright guys, y'all take care. I'm V1. See ya!
$2,500. 25. 2,500.